Hi, Chef Jeff here, Reinhart-AGAR Supply. I'm up here in Essex, Massachusetts at Woodman's restaurant. This is the home of the world famous fried clam plate. I'm here today with Steve Woodman. Steve, how are we doing today?
Very good, Jeff.
Excellent, excellent. So we're up here, I mean, when you think of New England and quintessential New England, you think of Woodman's and the fried clam plate. I mean, there's nothing that typifies New England more than your restaurant. So tell us a little bit about the history of your restaurant, how you came to come up with this fried clam.
Well, it wasn't me.
Okay.
It was my grandfather. Actually, Woodman's itself is 99 years old.
Wow.
And so we'll be celebrating 100th year, next year. But he invented the fried clam. He invented it in 1916, which was 2 years after he started the restaurant.
Okay.
And he used to sell homemade potato chips and clams in the shell and bananas and chewing gum and whatever else he could sell in there. And as he was selling his potato chips, a friend of his said Chubby, because that's what his nickname was, Chubby Woodman. He had a big barrel chest and eventually his belly grew into it, so he got that nickname Chubby. And he said, if you take some of these clams and put them in the fryer later and fry them up like you do the potato chips, he said, I think people would like them. And everyone kind of laughed at him, said, because back then clams was something to eat if you didn't have anything else to eat, if you were poor. Okay. And so, but my grandmother thought about it, and they were fooling around with it, and they tried it, and it was July 3rd. That was the day that they put it together and tried it, and the parade was going to be in town the next day, so they put a big sign out the next day, Essex fried clams. And they sold them, and people liked them, and they ate them, and they took in $35 that day, which was the most that they had ever taken in.
Oh, that's
and so
cool.
He wasn't a stupid man. He kept them on the menu.
Excellent, excellent. That's fascinating. And here we are, fast forward 99 years, getting ready to celebrate your 100th anniversary, as you said. So what we'd like to do today is be able to come into the kitchen and actually see a fried clam plate put together. Is that possible?
Sure, we can do that.
Let's go back there and let's put it together.
All right,
Thanks.
let's do it.
All right, so Steve, we're at the breading station for the fried clam plate. So talk us through what's going to happen next.
It's very simple. We have the clams here that are drained, so they're nice and dry.
Okay.
We weigh them out, put them in the container, weigh them, put them in the evaporated milk, to wet them up, shake off the excess milk, throw them in the corn flour. Now we don't put any white flour or wheat flour in there. It's just 100% corn flour. So our fried food is gluten-free.
Oh,
people
great.
that have celiac disease can come and have our fried food. So about 90% of our menu is gluten-free.
Great, so you were ahead of the times.
That's right.
Excellent.
And we'll take them, throw them in the fryer later, and they'll be done in a couple minutes.
Excellent. So the type of oil that you use, is it a blend, canola oil?
Oh no, never use canola oil or soybean oil. This is lard, 100% lard.
That's why they taste so good.
That's why they taste so good. And actually they're finding out that saturated fat, lard, is better for you than canola oil. It's been made with GMO,
all the modified
additives and so forth.
Well, that's fascinating because I think as you go through the history of food, you're told 1 year that you can't have bacon, and then 2 years later, bacon's good for you. I mean,
right. Same thing with eggs.
And growing up, my philosophy and my parents' philosophy and my grandparents was everything in moderation. Everything in moderation.
Out of them. Look at that. Take the excess oil off them. There you go. Fantastic. Bring them over, throw them in the colander. Ready to put on the plate.
We have it all set up here, assembly line. Little of this, French fries, the onion rings, and we're ready to go.
That's right.
Alright, so now we've fried off all the components. We've got the clams, the onion rings, and the French fries. Now what do we do?
Well, as you saw where we cooked them, we have colanders that we put them in, and then on the other side of the table, the people take all the food in from the colanders, just put it on the plate. The French fries, the rings, and the clams, and it goes out to the customer. Simple as that.
Excellent.